Welcome to Ageless by Rescu. This podcast is devoted to exploring the science of rejuvenation, uncovering the most trusted experts, the must-have products, innovations, and technology in the field of vitality, aesthetics, new beauty, and cosmetic enhancement. I am so excited to welcome my beautiful friend, stylist extraordinaire, Donny Galella. Hi.
Hello, so good to see you.
So good to see you too. I am wanting to deep dive into the connection between style, fashion, and the concept of being ageless. You work with a lot of celebrities of all different ages, and you've also, during the last round of ISO, did this incredible project of doing makeovers for real women who had lost themselves or lost their style. So I feel that you're uniquely qualified to talk to us about this. What does the link between fashion and age mean to you?
Look, I fundamentally believe when you look good, you feel good. You know, this morning I woke up, it's grey, I wasn't feeling well in the tummy, felt a bit drab. But as soon as I put on a red jacket that I love, I instantly just felt better. And I believe fashion has this transformative power that as soon as you feel good, you look good, and then you also feel better. You project more positive things. You're nicer to your friends, nicer to your family. You're nicer in the workplace. It has such a great flow-on effect. So going to the ageless effect, if we can always look good, we'll always feel good, and we'll never age.
Do you feel like that women have a stage or age or a moment in their life where they feel the most beautiful and empowered by their style choices?
I think when women finally discover who they are, what their personal style is, what their unique ID is, that's when they feel the most beautiful. I've got a lot of friends that are kind of hitting into their 40s now, and they're telling me that they're feeling the most beautiful that they've ever felt because they feel like they're finally hitting their stride. They've discovered who they are, and they're feeling better than they did in their 20s and their 30s. So I think it's, yeah, when you just find your absolute personal identity and feel absolutely confident.
I find it really interesting because my daughter's 10 and she's only just kind of clicking into the concept of style. And when they have uniform free days, she's really aware that 99% of her cohort dress exactly the same. So last season it was tie-dye and short shorts. And she's quite happy not to look the same. And then I look at myself in my 20s and I feel like, I dress for my friends. And then in your 30s and 40s, when you start, investing in labels or becoming aware of, hot items or, statement pieces, you're still dressing for your friends. But it wasn't really until my mid 40s that I started dressing for me. And I'm curious as to how, tell me some of the celebrities that you work with and you helping them find their personal style in their 20s, in their 30s, in their 40s, in their 50s and beyond.
Yeah. So I guess with each of the celebrities, they're so unique and they're so different. And for me, it's about finding exactly who they are and what's going to make them feel most comfortable and amazing, especially if they're hitting a big red carpet. So Ada Nicodemu, who is from Home and Away, who I absolutely adore. She's been on our screens for many years. For about Ada, it's just about what's going to make her feel most beautiful and confident when she hits the red carpet. So, she loves glamour, she loves style, she loves playing with beautiful fabrics and textures. So making sure that I play to all that, but also knowing her body strength, so she's a little bit more in the petite structure, so height-wise. So, we want to create the illusion of making her maybe look taller than she is. So vertical lines, vertical prints, putting her hair up in a bun or a pony that also kind of elongates her, makes her look taller. The classic nude shoe, elongates your leg. So it's really fundamentally breaking down, knowing what your best assets are and how can I accentuate my best assets? And what parts of my body am I not as comfortable with? And they're the ones that we can cleverly hide or disguise. So like lots of women, for example, don't like their tummy. I think 80% of women will say my tummy. So I'll give them hints and tips that you can do that.
It's tough to not like your tummy this season because with all the cutaways and midriffs, and I mean, I'm in my, mid to late 40s, and I think I would like to wear that, but is it, am I too old for that? What do you think about that? Do you think you're ever too old
Yeah,
to dress a certain
I
way?
I feel a lot of women think, okay, I'm too old to wear that. I always say dress for your confidence and not your age. If you know you have good legs, don't feel ashamed that you can't wear a short skirt or short dress. Your legs are one of your best assets. Why hide them away? If wearing those denim shorts in summer makes you feel good, bloody do it. So I think we kind of were grown up with this thing of, oh, once you hit 40, you must wear knee length and all these rules. It's like, no, throw those rules out. Think about what makes you feel good. If it makes you feel good to wear those denim cutoffs or that short skirt, do it. Do it, do it, do it. So vital.
One of the most transformative moments, I think, and the one that we've seen evolve beautifully is Erin Holland. I know she's been a client of yours for years. And I think
Yes.
the reason I want to talk about her is she is absolutely gorgeous. And you met her as a beauty queen. So, how do you make a beauty queen more beautiful and more in her power through her choices of styling and fashion? I'd love to take that journey, because we don't often talk about young women and already beautiful women wanting to update their image or find their personal style.
So yeah, really good point. So I met Erin maybe 5 years ago when she just won Miss Australia, and she had blonde hair, and I could just see there was something there. She was gorgeous, but I just felt there was something more to be explored. So I approached her and said, "Hey, look, I'm a stylist. I think you're gorgeous, but I feel maybe we could work together and try harness a new style." One of the first things we did together was color the hair darker, because she's got the most beautiful blue eyes, and I felt her blonde hair didn't really do justice to her eyes. And as soon as she took that path to darker hair, she went to the dark side, and wow, already that just made such a huge difference. And then really it was saying, right, okay, so you've just won a pageant, so you're kind of seen as that pageant girl. How can we now create you to become a fashion girl, style girl? And helping her evolve a style. And it was trying lots of different things, trying different styles, trying different cuts, different designers, till you kind of found, right, this is what works best for you, and this is when you're feeling most comfortable. And it's just been an evolution.
When I look at Erin, I think she looks expensive. I think she looks groomed, polished, polite, and extremely elegant. And exactly as you said, it's not what you expect of a pageant girl. And there you are as her stylist, flipping the narrative and taking the blonde to a brunette, taking a beautiful
the
pageant
big hair,
girl.
the big curls.
And taking a pageant girl to, fashionista. And I love that. I love that finding your personal style actually can be a contradiction. So if someone wants to work with a stylist or just wants to learn from a stylist on finding their personal style at any age, are there, rules of thumb? Are there things that every woman or man should own in their wardrobe? Let's explore that a bit.
Okay, good. I could go on for hours about this.
Let's do it.
Basically, okay, let's do it. Starting with women's wardrobes, I feel like there's about 10 items that you need to have in there, because once you have these 10 items, they're the cornerstone of having the perfect wardrobe. You'll always have something to wear. These pieces are quite timeless. So starting with the little black dress, you can't go wrong. Classic little black dress. Beautiful blazer, beautiful black or navy.
Can I stop you on the little black dress? Because obviously everyone's heard this before, but there's a black dress and there's a black dress. What's a Donny Galella version of the classic black dress that's worth investing in, that's worth putting in your wardrobe, that works?
I think, okay, so look, black dress is going to be different for every woman and her body. Okay, so thinking about your body shape, and for example, if you're busty, you're probably going to want an open neck. Most women like a bit of coverage on their arms. Do you want it A-line? Do you want it fitted? So I won't be too prescriptive in the style, because I think each woman's little black dress is different based on her body type. But a little black dress is going to get you from day to night. Obviously, if your dress has sequins and ruffles and frills, that's more nighttime. You want just a classic, simple black dress that's going to get you from daytime with a little pair of sneakers to add a pair of heels or get you to nighttime. So a little black jersey dress, for example, is perfect because it kind of moves you from day to night, lunch to dinner.
Are there any
Anything
kind
that
of go-to brands that you go to for some of these key pieces? Because it would be nice to have some guidance. And do you think that, these 10 pieces are where we should splurge? And then, the other things are where we could kind of save?
I mean, if you can afford to splurge on these little pieces, then absolutely do it. Because a little black blazer, as you know, could last you forever. The perfect little black dress will last you forever. A black skirt, black pants, a classic white tee. These items are classic. So invest in them if you can. Equally, if you don't have the big budgets, you can still get them from the affordable department stores.
Tell me if you were to splurge on these items that you've mentioned, so the blazer, the black skirt, the black pant, the little black dress, what would be the luxe, what would be the medium, and what would be the fantastic bargain but always looks great version?
I mean, let's look at a little black blazer, okay? Because a little black blazer, I think, is one of those timeless, beautiful investment pieces. Now, if you had all the money in the world, a beautiful Balmain black blazer, the cut of it is beautiful, the gold button details on it is gorgeous, and that's the luxe end. Medium price point, you can walk into Chic or DeCuba. I know DeCuba, in fact, has a beautiful black black blazer with gold button detail on it, which is divine. A label called Mossman as well, doing one of the most beautiful black blazers, about $200-300. So you can, depending on what your budget's, it's out there, so.
And what about bargain? Where would I score a little black jacket, like a perfect little blazer for like oh my God, I can't believe I paid less than $100 for this?
Oh, I mean, seriously, things that you can find in Big W and Target these days are incredible, extraordinary. So it's never discount those department stores because they can have some great buys. Absolutely.
Great.
In fact, I love taking people. One thing that people don't realize I do is I do personal shopping and styling where I take the everyday woman to their local Westfield and we go bargain shopping and bargain hunting. And I love shocking women because most of the time when I meet them, they're in their comfort zone. Most people are in their comfort zone. They go to their go-to stores. And I say to them, right, we're going to go to Portman's. And they're like, oh, I haven't shopped at Portman's for 10, 15 years. I can't shop there. My daughter shopped there. I'm like, exactly. That's why I'm taking you there.
It's ageless.
I think we make shopping harder for ourselves because we walk into, say, a Westfield and we're like, all right, well, I can't go in there because I can't go in there. I can't go in there. All of a sudden, you've closed 50% of Westfield off to you because you think you can't shop there. Whereas I love to take people shopping and saying, right, let's go into all these shops that you think that you can't go into. And then we guarantee we walk out with bags from all the shops that they never thought they could shop in. And I think, especially women, when they get into their 40s, 50s, they just suddenly blank off all these stores. And you should never do that. Walk into the department stores almost blindfolded. Like don't even look at what store you're going into. Just go in with a purpose, go in with that list of those things that you want to shop for, and don't even care what the brands are. Because at the end of the day, a lot of these clothes are made in the same factories anyway. It's just a label slapped on the clothes. Try them all on, go shopping, because when you put it on, if it looks good, if you feel good, buy it.
So you've touched on some of the blacks essentials. What are some of the others in your toolkit for looking fabulous at any stage, at any age, for any occasion?
So other essential items. So we've got a classic white shirt. I think that's such an underestimated classic, beautiful piece. Most people think, oh, white shirt. I don't work in an office. Why do I need a white shirt? Wrong. White shirt, beautiful with jeans, shorts, wear it open, wear it closed, wear it tied up, wear it off the shoulder. Like you can wear a white shirt so many different ways over a swimsuit. So versatile. Good to have some basic tops, black, white, classic tops. I often walk into wardrobes and there's piles and piles and piles and shelves of tops. If you've got 10, 15 beautiful tops, you're good. You're good to go. A trench coat. I think a trench coat is a beautiful classic piece as well. One worth investing in if you can.
In a camel or in any color?
I think a classic beige or like a nude color was going to go with everything. Yeah, beige, nude, absolutely. Black as well, but a classic beige you can't go wrong with. A couple day dresses. I find women, I think, underestimate the power of just a classic little day dress. You know, you put it on and you're done. You don't have to worry about coordinating things for the day. And a good day dress, wear it with a sneaker, running around the kids in the morning, dropping them off to school, take it to lunch, take it to dinner. So day dresses are very underestimated.
Let's talk about color because I know that you've worked magic on the red carpet and also with your TV clients with color. How does color work with when you're trying to make someone look more vital, more beautiful, maybe less tired?
Yeah. Well, color again is transformative. And like I said this morning, you know, I was feeling a little bit meh, had a weekend of celebrating my birthday, just a party for two because of the lockdowns. But as soon as I put this red on, I actually felt powerful. I felt vibrant. So color can really do that. So how to work out your color? I guess we generally all fit into two different spectrums. We either have warm tones or cool tones. Some people feel if you actually look at the color of your veins, if your veins look more blue, you're a cool base person. If your veins look a little bit more green, then you're a warm based person. So if you're a cool tone, think of those cool tones. Think purple, green, you know, they're kind of the cool tones. But then if you think warm, you think fire, you think red, yellow, orange, those warm tones. So, you know, warm tones, finding out what your tones and dressing accordingly. I love also matching, you know, eye color. I think if you've got beautiful blue and green eyes, wearing those beautiful blues and greens also really just make you come alive. A little trick you can do sometimes is if you go into a fabric shop like Spotlight, just walk around the fabrics and just drape them across you and then take a selfie. And just do that with 12, 15 different colors. And then you go back through your camera roll and you'll see which colors instantly lift you and which colors kind of don't do much for you.
I loved what you did with Julia Morris when you were styling her for I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. Is that what it was for?
Yes, correct. Yeah, absolutely. Did Julie for 2 years with that.
And I mean, she is iconic. She is such an impressive woman. But my God, I suppose I didn't realize how beautiful she was too. And it was fun to watch her have fun with fashion. Can you tell me about, you know, can we have fun with fashion at any age, at any stage?
Absolutely. I think Julia Morris is just the epitome of one of the most amazing women in Australia. You know, she's talented, she's funny, she's smart, she's a busy mum, she's got kids. But she was a perfect example of when she put on a dress, she felt it, and then you could see her transcend on the screen. She was just, you know, dancing around. She was happy. She was, you know, loving it. And working with her is amazing. But she's also a gorgeous, curvy woman. She's got beautiful curves. So for me, it was always dressing her in beautiful dresses that accentuated her curves, things that always showed off her beautiful little waist. Kept a beautiful open neckline. Color was as much color as possible on Julia because it suited her vibrant personality as well. But I have a really funny, I remember one day we were in the trailer getting ready in the morning and you're kind of deciding what are we going to wear on tonight's show. And she put on this one particular dress and it had, I think, almost like a fringing detail. And she just started shimming around and we created this funny little video where she's just shimming and dancing. And yeah, it's the power of clothes. When you put something on that you just love, it's just amazing.
Share some other tips with some of the big name celebrities you've worked with. And the reason I ask is not that I think celebrities are better than normal people, but it gives us an instant visual guide. And I think most of us compare ourselves to life stages or looks of people we admire. So it's nice to have it as an anchor. Maybe some tips and tricks from celebrities that you work with.
Yeah. So, I mean, a recent gorgeous lady that we both got to see recently was Turia Pitt, who launched her running program. And I worked with Turia for maybe the last kind of 2 years. And as we know, she's come back. She's got an athletic background, being a runner. So she's got an athletic body type. So
she's
I guess if you've got
tiny.
And she's tiny, yeah. But if you've got an athletic body type, a lot of women aren't generally very curvy. So for me, it's putting clothes on the body that create the illusion of curves. So, you know, you might put on a beautiful tailored suit that has a nice structure to it. I put her in this beautiful dress, like halter neck dress, A-line, and it was quite flowy. And when it was belted, it actually created the illusion of having bigger hips and a bit of a booty. And she was like, oh, I've got like a booty in this dress. I love it. So I guess that's the whole trick with styling. It's creating the illusion of having something that we don't have. Basically, I should be called an illusionist, not a stylist. So, looking at a body type, and if you want the illusion of having, say, a bigger bust, add some frills, add some ruffles, drape a scarf around your bust. That's going to create the illusion of having a bigger bust. You want a smaller looking waist, add a belt, clothes that really cinch in at the waistline, really draw in the waist. If you want to look like you have more of a booty, A-line skirts, A-line dresses, ruffles and pleats around that area, big pockets on your hips, because that's going to create the illusion of having that. So
basically we're having cosmetic surgery with our cosmetic surgery using
exactly
clothes.
It's using the clothes to create the illusion of having something that we don't. And that's what I think the whole trick of styling is knowing what you love about your body. And I think when I meet any woman, whether it's a celebrity or non-celebrity, I'll ask her, right, what's your size? And then what part of your body do you love the most? And a lot of women really struggle to tell me that. But then as soon as the next question is like, and tell me parts of your body you're not as comfortable with. And they can usually rattle off a whole list of things they don't like about their body. So don't be so hard on yourself, because I think every woman has parts of her body that are gorgeous. So know what they are. And they're the parts that we want to accentuate. And then those parts we don't like as much, they're the ones that we can cleverly create the illusion of having if you don't have it.
So I know you work with Nikki Phillips a lot, and she's stunning, very tall, the all Australian beauty. What are some of the style evolution things that you've done together with her?
So Nikki's just always such a joy to work with, and she's always willing to like try new things. But I think with Nikki, she's a busy mum, and she's always, I think one of her goes as a beautiful suit, a beautiful power suit on her. I just always, maybe because she's got the height for it, but always a beautiful power suit is a winner on Nikki. And color, she's fantastic. She's always loving trying different colors and color combinations. But she's a fabulous one.
Again, with someone like Nikki or Kate Waterhouse, who I know you've worked with before as well, in everyone's mind, they're already perfect. Why would they work with a stylist? And, do all of us need to do a bit of an audit on our habits? Maybe we're stuck with what we always wore in our 20s, and now our bodies have changed or our life has changed. I'm curious as to, aside from big red carpet events, what does a celebrity who is already gorgeous, who is already stylish, what did they get out of working with a stylist, and what can we learn from that?
Good question. End of the day, you've got to think celebrities are just real everyday people. Doesn't matter who they are, if they're a beauty queen or gorgeous model, they still have insecurities about their body. And that's one thing we've got to all understand is we may look at them and think they're flawless, they're beautiful, no, they still have insecurities about their body. We all do, regardless of whoever we are, we have insecurities about our body. So I think all celebrities or anyone work with a stylist because they just want to feel good. Because at the end of the day, when you look good, you feel good, you want to feel confident. A lot of them are being thrust onto a red carpet in front of a national audience. So they just want to make sure they look the part, that they look good, that they're not going to get judged or picked on or criticized. So my role purely is always just to make anyone look good and feel more confident. And that's one thing I've always stressed is, yes, I work with celebrities. It's probably only maybe 30%, 40% of what I do. I still spend a lot of time working with everyday Aussies. And that's why when I did my 100 makeovers in 100 days, again, it was a great way just to connect back with 100 everyday women to make them all look good and feel really confident, because I just believe the power of when you're just wearing something that you feel good in, you just feel so much better and you feel more confident. So that's why celebrities work with stylists. But end of the day, they still have insecurities and they too want to feel good as well.
Have you ever seen the show Younger?
Yes, I've seen a little bit of it actually.
Okay, so let's talk about the premise of, are there visual cues and ways of dressing that we can all adopt a little bit that do make us look more youthful?
I think, okay, yeah, good question. So I think end of the day, if there's little things that we can do that will instantly just make us look younger. So I think makeup is a big thing where makeup trends really do change. So if you're still, putting that blue eyeliner on, maybe it's time to just go into your local makeup store or Mecca or beauty counter and just get an update on your makeup. But also our makeup changes with our ages. So the way you did your makeup in your 20s, different to your 30s, to your 40s, to your 50s. So it's important that you do regularly go learn about how to apply makeup. So if you can see someone locally, amazing, do that. I think that makes a big difference. Updating your specs. If you wear glasses,
I was just about to say that. I think glasses like can instantly age you or instantly like make you look fresh and fabulous.
Agree. Some new specs can just take years off. Absolutely. Hairstyles, like
so when you talk about specs, we're talking about sunglasses and reading glasses. Where can you go to for advice? Do you recommend that we look on Instagram at people we admire? Do we go to a shop? And, how do we know what's going to make us look younger versus older? Because we don't all have a stylist.
Yeah, good question. I mean, if you just pop into, there's Bailey Nelson and all those kind of optometrist stores that are available in all the shopping centers now. So going in, trying lots of different styles. Maybe I think everyone should have like a Pinterest page where I'll have Pinterest on your phone and just go through and find references of things that you love and create different folders. So I might have a dresses folder, a specs folder, a jackets folder, because when you see photos of things that you love, store them straight away. And then when you're in the shops, you can quickly go back to your Pinterest page and go, oh, these were the glasses, these were the frames that I liked. Because there's often times, where you see someone wearing something you love and you're like, oh, I hope I can find something like that. Take a photo of it, store it in your photos.
So how often do you reckon that we should update our glasses? Because that seems like a fairly inexpensive and easy update to keep us looking current and youthful and fresh.
I think every 2-3 years, if you can get an update on your frames, especially if you wear them a lot, then definitely, or even just have a couple of pairs on rotation as well. So if you wear specs, reading glasses every day, maybe have 2, 3, 4 different pairs and then change them with your outfits as well. So really just keeps things fresh. But yeah, changing your specs can really instantly change things, and even hairstyle. So when I was doing the 100 makeovers, a lot of these women had a same hairstyle for maybe 10, 15 years, or had, maybe a middle part or a side part. And as soon as I changed the part, wow, it was just a whole new look straight away. So just changing a hairstyle, a quick change of color as well. So there's lots of little things that we can do just for an instant refresh.
In terms of, okay, I want to talk about the thing that has blown up on the internet: jeans, mum jeans, dad jeans, boyfriend jeans, skinny jeans. Whoa. And apparently the jean that you wear will instantly carbon date you. Like, you're a dinosaur or you're, a hot young thing. Tell us about this whole thing about jeans.
So I don't know, all of a sudden the last few weeks or months, skinny jeans apparently aren't in anymore. And there was this mad panic because, we've all got skinny jeans. I think we all love our skinny jeans because they literally, they skim our body. So they're probably one of the most flattering styles for our body types. And all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, I can't wear skinny jeans. So to that, I say, again, if wearing skinny jeans feels fabulous, you feel amazing in them, keep them and wear them. They'll always be around. Every shop will still create. They're not going to suddenly disappear from, all the shops. But now, obviously, they're talking about like the mum jean and the straight leg jean and the loose leg jean. I think if you look back through all the decades, jean styles always come and go, come and go, come and go. So, I think if you want to dabble in the trends, great. Keep, each season get a new jean. But if wearing a skinny jean is going to make you look good and make you feel good, keep them and wear them. I know I'm going to keep mine because I love wearing my skinny jeans, but in saying that, I did go out and buy a straight leg jean the other day as well, just to dabble in that trend. It was just a cheap pair from a very affordable store because I know, why am I going to spend $300 on a straight leg jean when they're probably going to be out in a few months' time? So just be careful with those. So yeah, if you are going to invest in a trend item jean, don't spend too much, like maybe Cotton On or something like that, because they're very inexpensive and it will get you through the trend. But if you still love your skinny jeans, hold on to them.
What about shapewear? And, we were talking before we started recording about
Mhm.
disguising some parts of your body. Are you a fan of shapewear? And if so, what shapewear should we have?
Absolutely. So again, people think, all these celebrities that dress are perfect. No, they all wear shapewear as well. And I think, why not? If you've got the opportunity to use something that's going to help you and make you feel better, then shapewear. So I love Nancy Gantz. I think Nancy Gantz have an amazing range, but there's different types for whatever you want. So if you just want something for your tummy, get a high waisted that sits, under the bust. If you want something that's going to hold you in, all over, get an all in all piece, like almost like a little I forgot what the technical term is, but a one piecer.
Yeah,
So find whatever you want based on the body type that you have and what areas of concern that you have. But
I always
shapewear,
find that shapewear
absolutely.
makes me feel instantly older. It reminds me, of my grandmother. And I remember my mum, she's a massive fan of shapewear. She threw a pair at me, when in my 20s, and she said, "This is the secret to my success." And she's tiny, she was always
Yeah,
40 something kilograms, tiny waist, still is. But she and her generation swore by shapewear. So it was really hard for
yeah.
me to love shapewear. And then I became obsessed with shapewear. But you know, how do we kind of incorporate some of those things that maybe we think is a bit old fashioned and a bit, aging, and do it in a modern, sexy way?
I think shapewear has had such an evolution. I think a couple of years ago, it was quite thick, it was quite ugly, it wasn't very pretty. It kind of you'd put it on, it would roll down. But I think the technology that's gone into shapewear recently has changed so much. There's actually, believe it or not, some very sexy styles of shapewear that I've seen that you could almost wear as a beautiful, like, little top if you just, tucked it in. So go if you were kind of scarred from a bad shapewear experience from your mom or a couple of years ago, and you suddenly got rid of, you're like, no, not doing shapewear. Highly recommend going back into a department store, check out the shapewear section, because it has really changed and evolved a lot to compare to those really thick, ugly styles that were around a long time ago. What was that movie? I think there's a classic movie. Can't remember who was. Renee Zellweger,
Oh
where
yeah,
she had
in
the yes,
yeah,
that classic
Bridget Jones's
scene.
Diary.
Bridget Jones. Yes, that's it. So I feel shapewear has come a long way from Bridget Jones's shapewear.
Do you think that hiding, parts of our body is is something that scars us psychologically? There's so much talk about accepting our flaws and just being as we are. I'm not a proponent of that philosophy. I actually think that if there's an opportunity to enhance and improve, I'm down for it. But as
Yeah.
a stylist, especially when you were working with real women, what did you learn about the psychology of body shame and body
Mhm.
acceptance, and how far as a stylist you would go to help people minimize what they don't love about themselves, and how far you would talk them into accepting what they don't like about
Mhm.
themselves?
I think one of the biggest learnings, again, maybe from doing those 100 makeovers with 100 women, was women are so hard on themselves, like, more than they need to be. I was kind of shocked and really taken back about how many women, when we took off their clothes and they were standing in front of the mirror with me, not wearing a lot, and they just couldn't accept their bodies when they looked in the mirror. Like, they thought they were bigger than they were. They thought they were uglier than they were. So I just want women to just not be so hard on themselves. If they've got scars, if they've got parts of, just embrace it all. It's all part of who you are. But of course, with modern technology these days and the things that modern technology is allowing us to do, if you want to, go through any procedures or anything like that, then absolutely, because if that's going to make you feel better for doing it, 100% do it. I think there's almost a bit of a shame, a bit of stigma that, I can't go do this, can't do that, can't change, can't alter. But if doing that is going to make you feel better, then 100% do it. 100%.
Do you think you've got a fashion brand in you, Donny Galella?
Oh, well, absolutely. I think
Really?
one thing, from dressing women now for nearly 15 years. And I'm often saying, right, we need to go buy this dress there, that dress there, this dress there. We need this. Sometimes it's really hard to find them, like between all the retailers. So I thought, wouldn't it be nice to have my own collection of dresses of all the things that I've struggled to buy for the ladies over 15 years and put them all into one little capsule collection. So literally since kind of, I guess, last lockdown, I started designing and started sampling. And it really is going to be a collection of those perfect little dresses that women need to make them feel more confident. So it's more of a confidence-based collection rather than trend-based. So here's a little sneak peek at my perfect little black dress. So if you can see here, but the whole idea of it is it's got all this beautiful pleating and ruching detail over the tummy.
Yeah, bring it closer to the camera. Yes, I can see that. I actually have a Ralph Lauren dress like that.
Ah, okay. So basically, all that's going to totally hide the tummy, make the tummy disappear. So when you put on all my dresses, it's really going to help women deal with all the insecurities that they have. So it's not going to be all the latest trends or things that you see off the runways. It's more about how am I going to feel when I put on a dress? Can I hide my tummy?
So right, because that design has got all these little tricks and
it's just perfect. It's one of
those magical properties, because when I put on a dress like that, my boobs instantly feel higher. So I've had a boob lift. My arms are covered. So, it's just showing the longest, slimmest part of my arms. The décolletage is just low enough to be like a bit of skin, but not too sexy. And the around the tummy and waist area, it feels pretty good. I love that.
Yeah. So I'm really excited. And now that we're having another little lockdown here in Sydney, it's almost like the universe way of saying, right, use these next 10, 12 days to solidify that collection and let's get it out there. It's time to do it.
I can't wait.
So I'm really excited. Yes, you'll get to wear a Donny Galella original.
I can't wait. I've got, just to wrap up, I would love to hear your edit of who you think from different ages and different backgrounds are some of the most iconic and ageless women from a fashion point of view that you always, who's on your vision board, who's your inspiration when you're working with some of your celebrity and real women clients?
Yeah. Well, I mean, all-time favorite style icon's always been Sophia Loren, who is
Italian, of course. Mine too. She's my girl.
Just also because she's got the curves as well. She's always embraced the curves and she's always dressed accordingly, and her style just unbelievable.
So if we wanted to mimic or borrow from her ageless look, what would be one or two items that we'd add to our wardrobe to bring a bit of Sophia magic?
So I guess beautiful figure hugging dresses, always with some sort of open neckline, a V neckline in particular, a short sleeve, make sure it comes in at the waist, make sure it hugs the hips, probably about knee length. Beautiful soft jersey fabrics, that just kind of mold over your curves. So yeah, just that beautiful classic hourglass silhouette, color, vibrant, beautiful opulent fabric. So that's the very Sophia vibe. Timeless.
Absolutely timeless. And I interrupted you before. Who was your second style icon?
I had a big crush on Michelle Obama.
Oh, okay, cool.
I just love. She's such a powerful woman, and her outfits were just powerful as well. And when I guess other first wives were like, don't show off your arms, and she was out there, flexing her beautiful toned arms. So for me, she was just always just on point, powerful. Love her. Love.
I always noticed her color blocking. She did an amazing, she's very tall, she's broad and athletic. What are some of the things that, from a stylist point of view, that we can incorporate from Michelle Obama's new brand of power dressing if we wanted to kind of channel a bit of girl power?
I think, her most iconic looks, I think she did a lot of showing her arms. So like halter neck styles, strapless, like when most people would perceive that she would have to always cover herself up, but she was like, no, why should I? I've got beautiful shoulders, I've got beautiful arms, I'm going to show them off. So I think that was a powerful look for her, but also I think the power suit, beautiful jacket, beautiful pants, nice tailoring, gorgeous fabrics, color. And with a skin tone like that, she rocked a lot of bold, beautiful colors as well. So
One more,
love
just
her.
to finish us off.
Probably Kate Blanchett. I think
Oh, yeah.
I was going between Kate or Nicole, but I think Kate, again, just always taking a challenge, a chance, a risk, a fashion risk, and always paying off. Trying things a little bit left of center, trying new designers, supporting young designers, up and coming designers. But yeah, her stuff she's beautiful. Absolutely. Just
She's
incredible.
got a really sinewy, athletic Aussie body. What if we wanted to, if we had that look, or if we wanted to channel a bit of that in our style, what would you recommend? What are some style cues that we can borrow?
I think I like the idea of maybe mixing pieces. So, like she might have like a very loose maxi dress, but then she might throw over a beautiful blazer over the top of it. So maybe, a dichotomy of mixing two different pieces that you wouldn't usually think of putting together, but just putting together. And she does it so effortlessly and so perfectly.
Oh, you do it so effortlessly and perfectly. I devour your Instagram account. It's been the source of inspo for me and so many other people.
Thank you.
And I love all of your modern muses that you work with as well. So thank you so much for sharing some of your beautiful tips and tricks with us. I can't wait to wear a Donny Galella.
I can't wait for it to be out in the market.
Yeah, great to see you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So good to see you. Mwah.
You too. Mwah. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, please share and rate this episode. I'd love that.